Today I want to tidy up some cabling that is rather unsatisfactory at the moment. The Netgear router is not in an ideal place at the moment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to crack open the radio cabinet and install some USB power so that I can migrate the position of the router from over there to inside this cabinet. So we're going to be dealing with a suspected fly that is tripping this alarm sensor, often at very inconvenient times during the morning. 3:30 was the last one, and if it's a fly, it's going to get caught. Using the handy radio removal tools, the radio is now loose. We pulled out of its socket. It looks like the whole box that was holding the radio in is held in by two screws at the back of the unit. I'm able to wiggle the front of the box, and it is actually moving. The one screw, a little bit difficult to see on the camera, but it doesn't look like it's actually gone into the caravan properly. So the whole box is very loose, perhaps only held in by one screw. Let's have a look at that. Yep, as you can see, the box is now loose, held on by a single screw. Not a super fantastic build quality there, Swift. I'm going to feed this USB socket from these two wires over here, which connect to this LED drop light. Let's just make sure that things are switched on. Yes. As you can see by that totally overexposed shot, there is power to this light. What I'm going to use to test the electricity today is an avometer. Now, this was given to me by a colleague at work, so thank you very much, Mr. H, for this meter. It's going to prove useful today, as it did when I did the USB lighting and cupboard lights in the cupboards in the caravan bedroom. We can see that the meter is set to the 25 volt DC setting, and reading from the 25 volt DC scale, I'm getting a reading of 12 volts, which is fantastic. So we've identified which of these wires is positive and which is negative. That makes things easier for later. There's the cable I'm going to be using to connect the USB charger socket to my power source. I'm just going to crimp some spade connectors onto each of the four ends of the cable. The easy connection has been made now. Red wire goes to the positive terminal, red and black wire goes to the negative terminal. Now for a little bit of modifications to the radio box. The biggest decision to be made is where to place the hole. It might be tempting to put it on the front fascia over here, but if one day we decide to go and upgrade the radio in this caravan to something that's maybe of a double DIN form factor, then I would have to move the USB port. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make the hole on the side. The diameter of the USB socket has previously been measured using a digital micrometer that I got for a couple of pounds from eBay. It was 28 millimeters, and here's the 28mm auger bit that was used to drill that rather neat hole in the side of the cabinet. Oops, I made a little mistake. These are the rather special spade connectors that should have been used. The use of these piggyback spade connectors allows us to tap into the vehicle's electronics without cutting any wires. I don't really want to do that. I'll just quickly trim those guys off and redo the connection with the piggyback spade connector. I didn't film the connection. It was really difficult to do and hold the camera at the same time. Sorry for not showing. You can see that the red LED lights in this USB charging socket are lit, so the polarity is correct. I'm going to carry on and finish the job off. And there we are. Power back on the radio. USB socket working. The single screw that holds this whole unit in place is in place, and we're good to go. Hopefully this flypaper will deal with the fly problem. We don't get any more rude awakenings. Here's our old router that we had on a 12-month contract. It came with 15 gigs data a month, which we frequently got close to using all of it. So to resolve the situation, had a look on eBay, came across this Netgear router at a very reasonable price. The big advantage of the Netgear router, as we have it, is it has 2 aerial socket holes, and this will increase the range that we're able to pick up a 3G or a 4G signal at. So far very happy with the Netgear router, certainly worth every penny I spent on it, and so was this one in fact. It was free. The last job that needs to be done now is to connect the USB cable to the USB socket up there, and the other end will go in the Netgear router, and that's where it will live permanently. At the same time that we upgraded the router, we also did a deal on the data SIM that's inside it, and went from 15 gigs a month to data unlimited. So there's no more worrying about, are we exceeding our cap? We have quite a lot of tech in the caravan. Hardly ever connect up to the television service on site. It's always streaming television. We've got tons of YouTube videos to watch. And there it is. This job is complete. The router's booting up. There's a handy little slot on top of the radio where the base of the router fits. Seems to work very nicely. I've just popped a short USB cable around the side. And there, the router's now booted. Very happy with this afternoon's work. Thanks for watching.
Remember to follow us on social media.
Subscribe to our channel.
Give us a like.
And turn on notifications.
Bye.
Bye.